So I don't really know what this video will be, but I realized that I actually have quite a few unfinished levels. Or not levels, unfinished maps. And so I thought it was a good idea to maybe just like look at some of those levels. I'd say I'm like an okay mapper now. I think it'll be interesting to see how I designed all of this old shit, you know? This map, c.s.q.n, is based off, of course, a rhythm game song, c.s.q.n, and is the map I made after SKS, which is a map from Ninja's 5B Funnier version. So let's check it out. I actually got pretty far into this map, making wise. I had the idea for all the decals, which is just based off these little goobers and stuff. I like the arrows. It's very simple, which I think for a second map is pretty good. Like, it's very basic, but I feel like it works. Considering that the style of this map's going off a music video, you know? I'll see if I can remember the gameplay. Another thing is, this is very inspired by SBWW, which is, I think at the time of when I was making it, it was definitely one of my favorite maps. And I think you can really tell the inspiration here. With all the Kevins and fast-paced stuff. There we go. Nice. I don't know what this room is. I think this is a tutorial for springs or something. Oh god, I might have to look up an old video on how I did these. Definitely the worst part of these maps, though, is the camera. Because I can pull it up now. I did not know what smooth camera offset was yet. So I was just using the normal stuff, and I don't think any of these rooms are properly cameraed at all. And I do learn how to use smooth camera offset eventually. But I guess at least I was cameraing the map, which is not something I can say about a lot of first maps. I do think a lot of this gameplay is sick, like, come on. You can't say that isn't kind of cool. Okay, there we go. That'll actually fit now. Oh, got some buffering. Okay. Wow, this is actually kind of good gameplay. That's smooth as hell! I was cooking! Oh, that's awesome. Honestly, this part looks pretty nice. Even though it's using a total of 2 different decals. Oh wow, this part is very, very similar to SBWW. I did not realize. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, this is where there's even more SBWW inspiration with these blocks. I remember going like, this is the coolest shit ever, and then just kind of stealing that idea. Oh my god, what is this? Okay. Oh yes. I remember making this and thinking I was such a cool person. But in reality, this is just incredibly jank. Okay, let's pretend I made it, okay? Where am I? Okay. Okay, so what was supposed to happen was I was gonna put a stupid ass GIF here or something. And then you just wait here, and you get pushed through. I don't know what I was thinking then. But anyways, here's when I introduced these momentum springs. And I think this is the last room of a map I ended up making. Oh my god. I remember this being so jank and terrible now. Oh my gosh. Okay, please? Okay, that works. Wow, that sucks. Oh no, I remember this part never working. Okay, so that. Yeah, there was a problem where when I was making it, I would always 0 FO springs. Like that. And the thing is, because I'm moving at such a high speed, I can't put multiple or else that'll just boost my speed like by double. So I just left in with 0 F. Hoping that the problem would fix itself. Oh yeah, 3, 2, 1. And then stupid speed chain. Can I just like get this to somewhat work? Wow, this is very questionable gameplay. Yeah, it's something like that. And then there's a ledge all the way over here. Yeah. Well, I'll try and find a video of what it's supposed to look like. Okay, I don't have a video of it. But you could see how stupid that was. Fucking 3, 2, 1. Here's my 8 billion evil speed chains that suck. That's as far as I got into mapping this. I do think this is still very good for like I guess my second map ever created. Like some of the moves in here are sick. Like I love Ascending Section. I think it's awesome. Honestly, pretty high chance I end up going back to this map and finishing it. Map I made after that. It's not on here. Okay, so this next map might actually be lost media. As in, I cannot open the map in-game because some helper stuff. I do have videos of it. So I'll just play all those videos. This is definitely a map I think I've spent the most time on, by far. I do have a map file, though. And you can see it's pretty fucking long. I think the reason I can't open it anymore is because these spinners broke. These are from an old version of Viv Helper. But everything in this first checkpoint's like maybe low Grandmaster. But after this elevator ride, it's when I kind of kick it into a bit too hard of an overdrive. And it becomes really, really stupid. Here's an example of a room. This crouch climb is sick, by the way. I love it. And I just have funny RCBs with the most amount of sideways jump throughs you've ever seen in your life. Like, that's so stupid. So yes, this is a really, really dumb input sequence. And this map is so much more jank than you'll realize, and I wish I could play it again. There's probably a way for me to do it, but I'm too lazy to figure it out right now. Oh, this part never works. Wait, I changed that ending? When? Why did I make it harder? This is so unbelievably not functional. This speed chain is so hard, it's insane. It just does not work it doesn't work. I made cool shit, but none of it worked. That's what I learned from this map. You can see I didn't even beat any of the rooms legit. They're just all from save states. Oh, that's copyrighted. Oh my god, Nalimbo. Oh my gosh, what is this? This part's cool. Oh, I do have some more maps in the middle of me making Battery Base. But I'm just gonna go through all the rooms in here. Yep. Here's some more stuff. That's pretty sick. This is supposed to be one of the intro rooms of this checkpoint. Yeah, so I went back and made easier rooms for this because I realized it was getting way too hard. Here's another room. Now you can see what the deco would have looked like. And you can also see how stupid this map would have been. Yeah, a lot of unnecessarily high-speed gameplay, which is sick. I'll still say that it's super awesome and cool. Here's the full room of this one. It's very cool. At least in my opinion. Like that ending? Come on. You have to admit it's pretty sick. Wow, what is that? The item bounce thing? Oh yeah, you enjoy this clock. I was gonna have a touch switch timer, I think. And then you have to have a Noom. That's literally not possible to see at all. That's when I was like, how can I make this map harder? And then that's when I realized I can just make bounce helper and then it'll be awesome. And then that's when I realized bounce helper and throwables is probably my favorite combination in all of Celeste. And then I changed the background. And then you can see, this is when the gameplay started getting really fucking tricky. And I think I've hard cooked with some of these rooms. All of these rooms are not decoed, by the way. And you can see some of the inspiration for the FFYL bounce helper rooms comes from this. Damn, I might reuse that. The neutral drop, by the way, to neutral drop, you have to be holding no directions for bounce helper. So this is really hard. I made a lot of these rooms. This one I tried restricting myself vertically. And it made some really cool juggling scenarios. Like this. What is this? It's crazy stupid. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this.
Pop again. There.
I added these barriers that turn you back into your normal state. aka not bounce helper. Because I was like, I want to make this even harder and more confusing. So I did. Also, this speed chain's insane. Back boost, down right, RCB, hold down only, buffer jump, right, upright, and then throw down.
Oh my god, I finally hit it.
This is the best part of bounce helper for throwables. You can just stall in the air forever with multiple of them.
No. Spring collapsers.
Oh my god, this move is extremely dumb. To throw straight upwards, you have to be holding only up, and then release grab. And then I paired that with an immediate... I made one more room, but then I gave up. I don't even know if I can find it. If I am ever able to access the map in-game, I'll probably just cut off all this because it is not that great gameplay, and then make this a very difficult bounce helper map because I love this. I still love this map. Even if it's kind of ass. But as I mentioned earlier, I did make was it 2 maps? I made like kind of 2 maps in between this. They're more like prototypes. Wow, this does not work. So this is Good Rush. You know those bubbles in Chromatic Complex? Yeah, I wanted to make a map based off that. Okay, let me kill this style ground first. So again, this is based off another rhythm game song called Good Rush. And I wanted the style ground to be similar to the one in the MV, but I realized that's really hard and I don't know how to edit anything. It's focused on this very similar mechanics to Chromatic Complex. You have the neon bubbles and the dash jump, or not dash, jump refills. But I wanted it to be harder because I'm crazy. And then I was supposed to do something like this. And then it's like boom, boom, boom. And then you reverse. I think it's a demo. Hold on. And then corner boost. And I think that's literally the only rooms I have in this map. There, yeah. And that's it. That's all I came up for this map. You'll notice that the only 2 maps I've really completed were Battery Base and c.s.q.n. So that's one of the maps I made during Battery Base. And the other map is from a song from the same artist, Bad Secret, which is based off Gravity Helper. That's loud. And I feel like this is, gameplay wise, this is a lot more complete. And has some pretty sick ideas. At least I think they're still pretty sick. This is, I made some rooms for this. Oh, I actually made 6. There we go. Yeah. And then funny reverse bubble shenanigans. Gravity helper bubble stuff. Neutral jump, do that probably. And then a lot of spring buffers. And then that, I guess. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's a lot of experimenting. Hit that again. Oh, and then corner boost chain. Oh. Okay. And then funny fast bubbles. Add clone. Oh yeah, I was gonna add a playback clone to show you how he did this, because I don't, it's something really weird. There, that's what you do. I think these are pretty cool ideas when they work. Boom, 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 corner boost, I think. Yep. And then I have this tutorial, I think? Yeah. That shows you, or that introduces these things. I don't know what this is. And then funny ultra chain using these gravity switchers. Oh yeah. That's something. Please work. That's so dumb. I like that last part. I think this is cool. Sure. Okay, well, that's all the rooms I made for this map. Bad Secret. Some pretty sick ideas with a gravity helper, in my opinion. So after that, I made third aerial experiment for, what was it? I made Third Aerial Experiment for a Music Translation Contest 2. And then I also... do I have this? I might have completely deleted it forever. But I was also originally gonna be in Totem Collab, which you might have heard of. And so I made a small part for that. Suns 4. I don't think I have that. That also might be lost media. Okay, luckily I do have video footage. This small map I made. This is supposed to be expert, by the way. So yeah, it's just a silly map based on these entities. I never fully understood how the gimmick of Totem Collab worked, so I was kind of just doing stuff. I made it. Here's another room I made for it. That's pretty good, actually. Wait, that's kind of cooking. I never ended up like completely, or I had to quit the collab because I realized I was not gonna have any time to work on it. This was like during like I think the last quarter of school for me at the time, so I had finals and stuff going on. So I was like, I can't really do this right now. But then after that Totem collab map, I started working on Fight for Your Life, which this first video is from June 2024. So it's maybe been a little bit. But yeah, you can see what some of these old rooms look like before you get to play them yourself. Or you could just search my logs in C.s.q.n. That also works. But then fast forward a couple months and then... Actually, no. Fast forward 3 months. I then made my room for Shock Flip, which was a birthday map for Lucas M. This is actually a published map. So yeah, you've probably seen this room before. I think I cooked well, except this ending could have been way better. It's pretty jank. Like this. It does not work most of the time. That's something I definitely could have improved on, but I'm very happy with this room. I then also made Michi for Jaunt Contest. This is a map I'm really proud of, and it actually showed in the results, which I did pretty well in. Now, actually not yet. I do have this map, which was originally for someone's birthday. And it focused on these jump blocks. Let's see if I remember it. If not, I'll just show the video. Yeah, this is pretty hard. This is like high GM cobweb. So yeah, I do this. And then, fuck you, some battery gameplay. This is just straight up the first time I've worked with these jump swap blocks, so it took a lot of brain power from me to actually get all this stuff working. There we go. Okay, this is when things get very confusing. And I think it's very apparent that throwables are my favorite entity in like all of Celeste. Double back boost, I think. If this can actually line up, I hope it can. There we go. And then you catch Theo at the end. Okay, well, yeah. And then Theo goes 6 billion miles an hour and you catch him. And then I made a second room of a map, but I have no idea how this is even supposed to play out, so I don't think I'm even gonna try and figure it out. But there's some stuff going on. I don't know what any of it's supposed to do, but... So there's that map. And then... Oh man, this one is sad. Then I tried submitting to Winter Collab 2, aka the Fusion Collab with c.s.q.n. And then, unfortunately, I don't know if I can say this, but we did get rejected. probably... They have a full details, I won't go into it, but we did get rejected. I am really proud of this room though, and I will probably make this into a full map one day. It's Bounce Helper using propeller blocks, because of course I had to use the same combo again. But yeah, this got rejected, I think, for being too hard. And I tried my absolute best to nerf it. Well, I think my map was fine. I think Zucanium's map was slightly too difficult. So that's why we got rejected, because there's a difficulty cap on this contest or collab. So yeah. It was just one prototype room that we had to send. I still really love this room, and I'm very definitely gonna make a full map out of this after Fight for Your Life. Especially with a song from Katamari, because I love it. But yeah, this has insane potential. But yes, after that was music translation contest free. And this one I had a lot of trouble actually coming up with ideas. Actually, this might be from the second one, but I first had this idea. Another rhythm game song. This one focusing on Super Dash, which I don't even think I want to get into this. It's fucking hard though. And I realized this was gonna be a very bad idea. Yeah, you do some weird shit with these bubbles. Wow, this is hard. And you can see I was trying to go for this kind of energy from the song, but it's like way too much. Yeah, this map was not it. I'm very happy I scrapped it because it's really hard. And so I think that was for MTC2, I can't remember. And then I also made this map, Angel Rain, as a test for MTC. I was thinking of like, oh, I could just make a chill ass beginner map, and then I realized I don't fucking know how to make beginner gameplay. It's impossible. So I just made a single room. I think it looks pretty nice. I never got the Cloudscape style ground to work though. Okay, this is dashless also. And again, this is a song from Katamari Damacy, which is an amazing game. You should all play it. But yeah, this was gonna be a chill dashless map. Kind of with the vibes of this song. But it died because I didn't really know what to do with the deco. I mean, I had something here, but like, also the gameplay is just hard for me to come up with. And then this is the last map I came up with before making Cool Awesome Croon, Phantom Train Journey. This got pretty far actually. So this was, okay, I don't remember what it was, but this was using Aqua Grapple. Okay, okay, now the hook should be more accurate now. Yes. So this is the grapple map I was gonna make for MTC free. You can see I got kind of far with a deco. I had somewhat of an idea. It was based a lot of passenger, yeah. It was based a lot off of Passengers at the End of Time, but that idea kind of died because I realized it was getting a bit too similar in structure and design. I didn't want to just be completely copying the same thing. And that is also what kind of killed this idea for MTC. Deck was just coming up with deco, because deco's hard, man. So yeah, I have these funny little springs that are edited to give you a giant boost. Okay, well that didn't work, but you get the idea. I only got 2 rooms in, which like I do think I was cooking a lot with some of this stuff. And I think I gave up here. I just did not know what to do after this part. I think it might have been like an ultra here or something. Something like that, but you know, I really love this song. I really wish this idea came to life, but I just could not figure out the deco for the life of me. Luckily, I did manage to get something for MTC free, and it was pretty good. Definitely some things I would change about Cool Awesome Croon, but I think for the gimmick I was trying to go for with a shrimp, I think it was pretty solid. But yeah, that is, I believe, all the maps I haven't finished or are just old and stuff. I don't really know how I'm gonna edit this video. It's just gonna be a lot of me talking about like this stuff and shit. This is kind of inspired from like those GD videos where it's like, oh, look at my old maps and stuff, you know. I think like Wolsey has one, for example. I can't remember well, but I thought it'd be a cool idea to do the same thing for Celeste. Even though I'm like not a huge mapper, I still have made a ton of maps and have published multiple maps, so. But hey, thanks for watching if you did enjoy this. This is kind of different from anything I've usually posted.